There's a company the Miami Valley can count on to shed light on new ways to conserve, to help empower our region, to help take the first steps into the future. Our rebates on new air conditioners and heat pumps, discounts on CFLs, and free refrigerator recycling are just a few ways you can save both money and energy. Tomorrow starts today with DP&L.
Having fun at the supermarket is one thing. Making time to do it is another. That's why Dr. Sears suggests Step 9. Add a whole food-based supplement to the family diet.
There's no substitute for just wholesome, real, whole foods. The fact is, children have erratic eating habits, and we don't live in an ideal world.
That's why Dr. Sears recommends Juice Plus to his patients.
The difference about Juice Plus is from 17 different fruits and vegetables, all conveniently packaged in a little capsule. Many vitamins, many minerals, and many phytonutrients, all those acting together. Even though Juice Plus comes in a capsule and could be perceived as a pill, it really belongs in the skills model because Juice Plus helps the body muster up its own internal medicine. The fruits and vegetables in Juice Plus are natural phytos, those phytonutrients we talk about, the immune boosters. Juice Plus is like an insurance policy to make sure you get the necessary or optimal level of all these immune boosters. I found out about Juice Plus through my wife. I was recovering from colon cancer. And one night after chemotherapy and radiation, I sat down at the table and my wife shows me these 4 little capsules, 2 pink and 2 green. I said, Martha, what are these? And she said, never mind, just take them. So I simply took them. But being a doctor, I said, I got to find out what's in these capsules. So I started studying about Juice Plus. And I looked at the science of Juice Plus, reputable journals showing how much healthier people are after taking Juice Plus. And then I thought, if it helps me, I want my whole family to take it. And then I started using it in our pediatric practice, and I noticed the health differences. One of the things that impressed me about Juice Plus is how well researched it is. Many companies spend a lot on advertising and not very much on basic research. Juice Plus was just the opposite. Little on advertising, a lot on research. As a doctor, that impressed me. And what really impressed me is the effects I've seen in my pediatric practice. I would take children who were sick all the time, who had terrible eating habits, and put them on Juice Plus, and then moms would come in maybe a year later and say, the reason, Dr. Bill, you haven't seen us so often is because my child is so much healthier after taking Juice Plus. Parents would say, you know, Dr. Bill, something surprisingly happened. When my child started taking Juice Plus, my child would eat more fruits and vegetables. I said, wow, that's interesting. So back to the books. Why? I was curious. Why would children willingly eat more fruits and vegetables after taking Juice Plus? And I found it's the old concept of metabolic programming. It's like you're giving the child all these fruits and vegetables, and the body says, wow, that's good for me. Give me more.
Western Ohio Graphics is a full-service commercial printing, advertising, and fulfillment company. From concept to delivery, we can provide over 800,000 in printable advertising specialty products and over 100,000 non-printed products. We can also print full-color banners, posters, and large format signage to meet your specific needs. Call Western Ohio Graphics today at 937-335-8769, your quality printing source for tangible media.
Texans and your Dayton Dutch Lady Lions. Tonight's starters for the Gulf Coast Texans are, in goal, number 0, Carrie Cook. Midfielder, number 11, Lisa Mann. Defense, number 4, Renee Hurd. Also on defense, number 5, Nina Rosbach-Smith. Midfielder, number 7, Happy Amadou. On defense, number 8, Daniela Cruz. Midfielder, number 39, Nicole Waters. Forward, number 17, Maria Jose Rojas. Forward, number 21, Natalia Gomez Yonko. On defense, number 24, Jessica Orm. And number 22, forward, Caitlin Kulata. The Gulf Coast Texans are coached by David Kemp. And now, the starters for your Dayton Dutch Lady Lions are, in goal, number 26, Ayana Parker. At midfield, number 2, Haley Keller. On defense, number 3, Sylvia Noe. On defense, number 6, Alexandra Warren. At forward, number 9, Gemma Crane. On defense, number 14, Abby Pearson. Also on defense, number 16, Michelle Brownlee. In the midfield, number 17, Brittany Charles. At forward, number 18, Andrea Felix. Number 21 on defense, Megan Blank. Also on defense, number 22, Randy DeLong. The Lady Lions are coached by Gavin McLeod and assisted by Ian Richardson. Now please rise and remove your caps and join us in honoring our country and those who serve it with the playing of our national anthem.
Happy 4th of July to one and all. You are watching the Dayton Dutch Lions on Dutch Lions Gateway on YouTube for the season finale for the Lady Dutch Lions as they take on the Gulf Coast Texans. My name is Lee W. Mallon. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast here on YouTube at Dutch Lions Gateway. Dutch Lions 3 wins, 6 losses on the season, taking on the 4-1-2 Gulf Coast Texans. Dayton is out of the playoff race, but Gulf Coast, they desperately need another 3 points. They can leapfrog second place over the Charlotte Eagles and get 1 point closer to the Carolina Elite Cobras. And here's our starting lineups of said game on this 4th of July afternoon. Definitely an unseasonable, cool summer day on 4th of July. 238 years of the United States of America. Hope you're enjoying your holiday. Now let's get to those lineups, shall we? First for the visiting Gulf Coast Texans. They're led by head coach David Kemp in their first year in the USLW League. In the net today is single zero, Carrie Crook. And here's your starting defenders in Daniela Cruz, Jess Oram, Nini Rasbit-Smith, and Renee Hurd. Your 3 midfielders will be University of Dayton's very own Nicole Waters, with Happy Amadou, Lisa Mann, and the 3 forwards up front will be Maria Jose Rojas, Caitlin Kulata, and Natalia Gomez-Untko. Now for the Dayton Dutch Lions. In the net today is Ayana Parker. And the 4-3-3 looks like this. The defenders are Michelle Brownlee, Alex Warren, the captain, and Haley Keller, also a University of Dayton women's soccer player. And your last defender for Dayton is Sylvia Nui. Your 3 midfielders will be Randy DeLong, UD's own Megan Blank, and Abby Pearson. And the 3 forwards up front will consist of Andy Felix, Gemma Crane, and Brittany Charles. Gavin McLeod's your head coach of the Dayton Dutch Lions, along with assistant coach Ian Richardson. The Dutch Lions will be heading from left to right. They are donning orange tops today, white shorts, orange tops with white letters and numbers on the front and back, and 1 vertical white stripe down the sides, whereas the Texans come out in their white jerseys, black shorts. The Texans goalie is wearing a gold top, and the Dayton Dutch Lions goalkeeper in all black. The Dutch Lions will kick away first, start our 4th of July game here at Dock Stadium, the final of the season for the Dayton Dutch Lions, whereas Gulf Coast, they have 2 more after today. Dutch Lions have the ball on the far hand side. Off the foot of a Dutch Lion, Gemma Crane, real close to that ball, but that'll be a throw-in for Gulf Coast. They're heading right to left. Right now, one of the ball boys on the far side throws the visiting Gulf Coast Texan the ball. Controlling it was Amadou. The Dutch Lions have it for a quick second off the back heels of a Texan. And it's Dayton with a throw-in. These teams have met before, not here in Dayton, Ohio, or technically West Carrollton if you like to split hairs. There were the Dutch Lions, rather, on the road, and they suffered a 5-0 defeat to the Gulf Coast Texans. The visiting team led by David Kemp, they'd sure like to repeat that performance. Megan Blank tumbles around. The Dutch Lions have the ball again, right by the touchline on the far-hand side. Blank runs up of it. A good trap set up by Daniela Cruz, but it's off her, so it's a throw-in for Dayton.
And assistant referee Kyle Mouse.
While the PA announcer introduced today's referees, we'll get to those in a second as Dayton's heading towards their 18-yard box. Left behind for Crane, moved up front, heading towards the far corner, rolls past the end line. That's a goal kick for Gulf Coast. Referees for today's game are as followed. Your referee running around the pitch is Trey Gaither. Your assistant referee number 1 is Courtney Hayworth, and Kyle Most will take the far lines, assistant referee number 2. Blank back with the ball for Dayton. Looking for a good setup here. Pass off the ankles of a Texan. And that will be our first corner kick of the game. Dayton with a corner kick. It's a slow roller. Skipper into the 6-yard box, just out of the reach. Almost picked up nicely by Abby Pearson, but Gulf Coast number 4, Renee Hurd, tangling with the ball, and she gets her pockets picked right by the near corner. Ball stays just out of the reach of the touchline. Coming up with it is Amadou. She moves it up, intended for Maria Jose Rojas. That's a throw in for the Texans. Texans 4-1-2 on the season on the road. They are undefeated in 3 games. Throw in for the Dutch Lions. 2 wins and 1 tie with 7 goals and 2 goals allowed. Whereas Dayton at home, they are 2 wins, 2 losses here at the Dock with 10 goals scored and 10 allowed. Inside the 18-yard box, pass is scooped away. And this one will be chipped back to the far side for Sylvia Nui. And towards the arc, it's Amadou with the ball. Moves it up for Nicole Waters. She'll connect on a nice pass to Natalia Gomez-Unco. Parker way out of her box, sweeps it towards her left. Pass to Renee Hurd, a tall figure on the pitch. Ball comes loose. This one pried away by Nui. And this one will take a roll to Carrie Crook's hands. Crook playing in just her 2nd game of the season. Her 1st game she played a total of 9 minutes, did not allow a goal. The goalkeeper has been playing the most for the Texans is Sarah Story. Story went 4-1-2 in 7 games, allowing 8 goals in 621 minutes. That's an average about 1.16 rounded up. 21 saves for her, so Crook looking to dent our stats here today. So far looking good. Here's Gulf Coast with a good chance here. This ball will skip over Jorge Rojas. Should take it on the near hand side into the 18-yard box. And a missed whiff by Kulata allows the Dutch Lions to break away and earn a throw-in. Kulata could not get the rifle down on that ball as it slipped away from her. That's why Dayton has a throw-in at this very moment. Ball will bounce towards the track. Dayton's moving it the right way. Blank. A nice box out of the defender. It rolls past the touchline, and the referee, Trey Gaither, points with his right hand, saying that's a throw-in for Dayton. Another throw-in for the Orange Pride. Randy DeLong scoops it towards her left. Kept in play momentarily by Brittany Charles, and it's past the touchline. Gulf Coast gets a throw-in. Some of the players to watch for both teams. The Dayton Dutch Lions without Rose Lavelle, who's on the U20 national squad. They're going to play Germany up in Canada, and she was one of the 21 selected by head coach Michelle French, as Gulf Coast has it again. Nice block by DeLong. That frees the ball for the Dutch Lions. DeLong puts on the brakes, passes towards her left. Now it's Megan Blank. Far side Blank, trying with a fake scooper. Loses it up front. Haley Keller comes up with it. Now on the near hand side for Michelle Brownlee. Nice slide by DeLong. Out sliding Kulata. But the Texans have her right by the center line. in the preview before the season began on the Gulf Coast Texans. They're the newcomer in the Southeast Division. As here comes Crane. Pass caught off by the Texans, but it finds Dutch Lions' feet again. Nice scoop. That's wide left on that shot by Dayton's Megan Blank. It'll roll all the way to the scoreboard, but Gulf Coast will get a goal kick in the meantime. Look at this replay here. There's Blank. Getting a good look, but she couldn't angle it in past Carrie Crook. Throw in for the Texans now. Cruz to the left in the Texans defensive line. They're starting 4 defenders, just like the Dutch Lions. They'll roll it back to Crook. And Crane pries it away from the defender. It will roll past the touchline, and Gulf Coast will get another throw in here. Whistles by the referee saying back up on that throw in. Like we mentioned, Gulf Coast 4 wins, 1 loss, 2 ties on the season. They have 14 points in 7 games, whereas the Dutch Lions, they have 9 points in 9 games at 3 wins and 6 losses. Another throw in on the way. Megan Blank gets a foot on that ball, but Gulf Coast moves it forward. Spin around, trapped by the feet of Dayton's Nui. And here comes another throw in for the Dutch Lions. Dutch Lions getting a couple good pry-aways, some takeaways on the ball. Moved up front, out of the reach of Brittany Charles, into the goalkeeper's hands, and Carrie Crook, 0-0. She'll pop it up weakly, off the head of Dayton's Abby Pearson. And here come the Texans past the center line. Pass curves to Haley Keller, who redirected up front for Gemma Crane. A good chance there by Dayton, but a good defensive slowdown by Nini Rasbit-Smith, allowing Crook to get her hands on the ball. Throw in for the Dutch Lions, just a couple flicks away from the center line. 10th minute here on this beautiful holiday Friday. Ball skips, popped up by Charles, off the head of Andy Felix, and into the hands of Crook. Gulf Coast almost with a costly turnover there, but a good cover by Nicole Waters. Now controlling it is Jorge Rojas. Jorge Rojas tries to break free. She'll find man to her right, and Gulf Coast will play this off the bounce. Texan down, quickly back up. We're still playing on. Ball be popped up off a Dutch line, namely Michelle Brownlee. Throw in for the Texans here. This is the deepest part of the pitch they've been in thus far. And the throw-in will be taken by the Texans' Renee Hurd. Up front, inside the 18-yard box. And DeLong breaks it away. Her pass will find a Texan foot in Daniela Cruz. Here comes Randy DeLong. Moves up front. Return to DeLong. She looks on the far left side. The Dutch Lions roll it over there. Megan Blank. She'll skip this just out of the reach of Crane and bump back by Gulf Coast. Man now moves it up front. Brownlee gets her foot in it, and Dayton has it again. DeLong tangled down, quickly back up, still with possession. Charles scoops it up in the air. And this pass will find Andy Felix on the far-hand side. But will it roll past the touchline? Yes, it will, off of Gulf Coast, and Dayton will have a throw-in very close to the far corner flag. Throw-in fails to get to the 18-yard box. This will be off of Dayton, and Gulf Coast will enjoy a throw-in here. But a misfire on that control by Lisa Mann knocks it back towards the track, and Dayton get a chance to set up their offense here once again. Missed header by Dayton. It's a takeaway. Kulata moves it. And she'll turn over to her number 22 counterpart in Dayton's Randy DeLong. Popped up in the air, heading towards the near hand side of the pitch. It is Hurd chasing it down. Hurd hits up Happy Amadou. Back for Hurd. She breaks away from a defender, still has the ball. And Crane right at her back. Connects on a pass right by that near touchline for Jorge Rojas. Jorge Rojas gets it scooped away. Now outside the arc. They'll try the far hand side this time for Mann. And a roll past the metal bench for a throw in for the Dutch Lions. Couple chances by both teams as Megan Blank tries to take away that takeaway from the Gulf Coast Texans. Throw in for the Dutch Lions here. Lots of blue skies surround us here today in West Carrollton, Ohio, home of Dock Stadium, the Dayton Outpatient Center, the new home of Dutch Lions this year. Throw in for Gulf Coast behind the center line. A brand new turf placed on this field, also home of West Carrollton High School. They're known as the Pirates. And if you get to see the far corner again, that explains the pirate ship. And yes, the cannons do work. I found that out the hard way one day after a game. Gulf Coast turns it over. It was Maria Jorge Rojas controlling the ball. She runs out of space. This ball's chipped away with a good pursuit by Rasbeth Smith. There's a two-bouncer taken away by Dayton. This one will one-hop to the goalkeeper, Carrie Crook. Sylvia Newey coming up big for the Dutch Lions. Trying to skip it home. The Gulf Coast with the possession once again. Good setup there by Amadou. Referee says that's off of Gulf Coast. Dayton will have a throw-in near their bench. Off a Texan, another throw-in for the Dutch Lions, this time closer to the visiting bench. Like I mentioned, Gulf Coast, they still have 2 games, one at home. That's their last game of the season. They're at Charlotte tomorrow at the Queen Sports Complex. Megan Blank tries to snipe one in. This one will bounce up high for Carrie Crook, and she'll handle it with ease. Dutch Lions getting a couple good chances with some takeaway. Ball control, utmost importance thus far. We've seen the teams turn it over on both sides of the ball, both sides of the pitch. And we'll have an offside call against the Dutch Lions, the first offside on the day. That will give Gulf Coast the kick. Like I was mentioning, tomorrow Gulf Coast is at Charlotte. And then next Saturday, Gulf Coast hosts the Atlanta Silverbacks. Get some standings in a couple seconds here. Good pick away by Charles, but she can't turn the corner. And the Texans will get a throw in to the right of their Gatorade cooler. Nice handling. Haley Keller stops the ball. Megan Blank gets it stripped away. And the Texans move it up front. will have the first whistle by the referee. That will result in a free kick for the Dutch Lions. Taking that will be the captain, Alexandra Warren. No score here in our 18th minute of action today at Dock Stadium, West Carrollton, Ohio, south of the Gem City. Madu. That's picked up by Brittany Charles of the Lions. Nice stop on that pass, heading towards the touchline by Dayton. They'll keep the ball. Off the center line, Randy Long takes the relay. A whiff by defenseman Rasbeth Smith, but Carrie Crook is there to gobble it up in the 18-yard box. Headed by Randy DeLong. We'll find Dutch Lions with the ball again. Not before on a missed header opportunity. And here come the Texans. Kulada. Free kick for Gulf Coast. A little bit too much physicality from Dayton that time. Waters will have the ball. She scopes the pitch. She'll move it forward. 18-yard box. We'll find Renee Hurd. Renee Hurd. Swing it back. And that'll be an offside against the Gulf Coast Texans. Both teams with one offside on the day. Miss Parker will take this kick.
The newly renovated Crown Plaza in beautiful downtown Dayton is the official hotel of the Dayton Dutch Lions FC. For all your hotel
Parker kicks us away.
support one of our main songs.
Touched by the Texans defensive line. Alex Warren will retrieve the ball. Blank. Now to Randy DeLong. Inside part of the foot on DeLong. We'll have two players tangle up, and DeLong will lose that battle. But Gulf Coast gets a free kick. Waters will take this free kick for the Texans. Gulf Coast looking for a big opportunity here. Warren pops it up in the air. Hurd watches. Here comes a strike. It's wide left by Gulf Coast's Lisa Mann. And that's a goal kick for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Crane's pass up front, taken away by Gulf Coast. Now picked up by Brownlee. And Warren scopes it backwards for Haley Keller. Ladies and gentlemen, Nike Soccer, a proud supporter of USL W League. The Texan slowly gets up. She is okay. Nike Soccer, proud supporter of USL W League. Check out their Twitter at Nike Soccer for all the latest happenings in the wonderful world of Nike Soccer. Offside against Gulf Coast. It's on and a kick for Parker and the Dutch Lions. Now in our 22nd minute of action. Trying to break away from two defenders was Andy Felix. But the ball will find Carrie Crook's gloves instead. And she'll send this one on a one bouncer past the center line. Keller controls it. She'll fling it forward. Picked off by Happy Amadou. Here comes Amadou. Storming towards the box. Amadou still with the ball. She'll squeak it towards the near hand side. Jorge Rojas And Parker will come up with that ball. Good opportunity there by Gulf Coast. Both teams with their share of looks at the net. However, both teams also with their share of turnovers. Warm scopes it forward. Rasmus Smith will let it bounce to her goalie and Carrie Crook. Squibber between the foot and the pitch by Abby Pearson. And a free kick for Dayton on the way. Give Warren a chance to snipe and look at her surroundings. Moves it up front, off a defender, picked up by Renee Hurd. In the previews, listed that Renee Hurd claimed a W20 championship with the Colorado Rapids women in 2012. Throw-in coming up for the Texans. I also list a forward in Helen Linsky, who's named the NSCAA NIA Player of the Year after a great year at Northwood University with the Seahawks. The story for Gulf Coast really has been Florence Dadson with 7 goals in 7 games for her, 3 assists as well for 17 total points in nearly 560 minutes. Referee pointing towards the Dayton defensive line. Trying to get everyone's heads cooled. More noise, more yelling on the pitch. Madu will set up camp to her right. Nice onside pass off of Parker. It will spin past the goal line for the first corner of the game for Gulf Coast. And it looks like Nicole Waters will take this snipe for the Texans. Playing just a couple miles south of the University of Dayton. Waters against her teammates, Haley Keller and Megan Blank. Almost taken away by Felix. There's a snipe at Parker's hands, and she'll reel that down as she bowls it towards her right. Keller. Now to DeLong. DeLong puts on the brakes. Slings it towards her left. Here comes Megan Blank. Blank moves it forward and swings it back towards the 18-yard box. Intended for Gemma Crane. Texans get a piece of it. We'll have a Texan down holding her left foot. It is out of bounds on Dayton. Thrown for Gulf Coast. Taking the works of that flick was Natalia Gomez-Unkel. So Gulf Coast prepares for the free kick, not the throw-in. So we're now in our 26th minute here at Dock Stadium. Free kick coming up for Dayton. Brittany Charles knocked down. Quickly back up, and the Dutch Lions will take Sylvia Newey for this kick. Trying to get it to the near corner for Abby Pearson. It's taken away by Gulf Coast. And off to the races goes Renee Hurd. She bounces off a Dutch Lion. She scoops it across. And there's a lone line liner towards the net. It's wide left. Goal kick for the Dutch Lions. Both Parker and Crook doing a good job thus far. Not much action between the two keepers. So we'll have a free kick for Dayton. And taking this one a little bit hard was Abby Pearson. Happy Amadu leaning over the down line, making sure she was okay. Purely accidental as Dayton takes the free kick. Pearson back up. And Michelle Brownlee looks to send this one far in the air. She'll move it up the pitch. Crane knocks it back. Renee Charles just out of the reach of Abby Pearson, and that's a throw-in for the visitors. Nice takeaway by the Dutch Lions from the pockets of Jorge Rojas, but Renee Hurd moves it up front. This ball will be past the touchline for a throw-in by Gulf Coast. Back for Brownlee. And Renee Hurd watches it roll past her. She'll take this throw in for Gulf Coast.
Make sure to follow at USLW League on Twitter for all the latest updates.
Just a reminder, fans, most USLW League games and playoff games will stream live on YouTube in 2014. This ball will bounce towards the near corner, sliding off Abby Pearson's feet past the track. Goal kick for Gulf Coast, but a good chance by Abby Pearson there. Nice onside pass heading towards the corner. Rounding away from Renee Hurd. This ball will bounce off the chest of Pearson. And the Dutch Lions look to set up camp there, but that will have a little bit too much power. And Renee Hurd will have another throw in. You can watch all the Dutch Lion games on Dutch Lions Gateway. That includes the W League Dayton Dutch Lions, the USL PDL team in Cincinnati, and also the USL Pro team in the Dayton Dutch Lions. DeLong tries to steal it away from the Texans, but she angles it to the right, and Gulf Coast will have a throw in back. Brownlee comes up with the ball. Defensive line for both teams has done a superb job. As Gulf Coast treated to another throw in here. Gulf Coast needing all 3 points to leapfrog Charlotte for second place. They'll try to get the lead here, but Parker will take the low bouncer in and fling it towards her right. Brownlee to DeLong, good passes. Pearson up front, and now with it is Andy Felix. Felix gets the ball taken away. Crook will land on it right in front of Nene Rasbit-Smith. Now with the ball is Caitlin Kulata. Dutch Lions have it again. Dayton moving left, right. Good breakaway by Maria Jorge Rojas. But she will not get it past Ayana Parker. Will right foot this one past the center line. And a header by Gulf Coast's defensive line. Will result in whistles. And a referee will give out a yellow card to Dayton's Megan Blank in our 32nd minute of action.
In the 32nd minute, caution issued to the Dayton Dutch Lions, Megan Blank, number 21.
So Megan Blank with the yellow card, the 32nd. A little too aggressive on her defender. That gives Gulf Coast a kick off the card. Header rolls towards the far corner. Parker will play it on the far side of the 18-yard box. Parker will try the left flank this time. Scorus. It's a little bit after 32 minutes. Gulf Coast with the takeaway, but we'll have a throw-in. No, make it a free kick, I should say, for Gulf Coast. See right now the Dutch Lions starting to spread out, and Gulf Coast looking at that open hole between the center of the 18-yard box. There goes the snipe just off the foot, giving Warren enough time to fry it away and clean it down the field. Felix tries to chase it back, and there's one that's going to be at that ball, and Jess Oram. Oram keeps it away from the lone Dutch Lion near the ball. Gulf Coast attacks the right-hand side off of Dayton, thrown by the Texans. Good job by Haley Keller getting in front of that ball, and her defender trying to take her down. That results in a free kick for the home team.
Would like to announce a special thank you to our team physicians and athletic trainers. Our team physicians
Ball will skip past Orem. She will track it down, scoops it away from Crane.
And Dr. Jan Saunders. We would also like to
Keller comes in, ropes it forward. Now it's picked up by Gulf Coast. All right, Rojas. She's doing a great job with 3 Dutch Lions. And she is pushed down, and she will get a free kick. Great ball control there by Jorge Rojas. So far in the season, in her 7 games, she has 5 points with 2 goals, 1 assist. Gulf Coast striking here, 18-yard box, cleared away. Just kicked over the head of Abby Pearson. Dutch Lions looking to keep it away from the Gulf Coast Texans. Amadou up front. Jorge Rojas takes a tumble, but play on, says the ref. And that was Sylvia Nui coming up with the ball, trying to move it up front. Here's a good 2-bouncer to Parker. She'll hold on to it for a save. In the last portion of this first half, it's been Parker that's been doing all the goalkeeping. Crook has seen a couple of rolls, but Gulf Coast has done a great job pressuring, and they're attacking third. They're attacking half thus far. They spend more time in that side of the pitch in the latter part of our first half. DeLong comes up as the sun blares down this artificial pitch. It's Megan Blank. Return it behind her. This ball will be a high bouncer. Picked up nicely by Orem. Almost a takeaway by Felix. Felix on the chase. But it's Gulf Coast's Renee Hurd. Setting up a play here. She's onside, pulls it down. Jorge Rojas. She aims it. And this will be a goal for Gulf Coast.
In the 36th minute, Gulf Coast goal by Maria Jose Rojas, number 17.
Jorge Rojas with the goal. Gulf Coast leads 1-0 in our 37th minute now. That's her 3rd goal on the season and her 8th game played. And the visitors have a 1-0 lead. Jorge Rojas with the goal. I was looking around to see the clean goal or not. But yes, the flag was hidden away. Jorge Rojas with a beautiful snap past Parker. And that's why Gulf Coast is up 1-0. They have the ball again. Great pressure by the Texans thus far in the latter portion of the first half. Nice pass up front. They're looking to add it again, but Parker deflects it off her hands. Jorge Rojas now with it. She'll try to take it into the 6-yard box. It's off her, and that's a goal kick for Dayton.
From youth to pro levels,
Ori Rojas with her third goal of the season, giving Gulf Coast a 1-0 lead here at Dock Stadium. Parker puts this on the far side of the 6-yard box. And Gulf Coast has it again. Hurd will backtrack it. Back for Renee Hurd. Off the foot of Dayton's Andy Felix. That's another throw-in by Gulf Coast. Nice turnout of Dutch Lion fans here today at Dock Stadium. Jorge Rojas looking for the second goal for herself, but she'll find a pass up front, and this one will be off the post, cleared away by Dayton. Beautiful job by Dayton there. It looked to be Gulf Coast's second score on the day, namely Caitlin Gulata, but the ball popped up. Looked like it almost touched the post too. And the Dutch Lions cleared away. Good job by Dayton, as this ball will skip off a Texan, and it's pulled down by Gemma Crane. Near side, moved up front. Pearson's pass finds the shoes of Hurd, between her shoes actually, and she'll trap it, move it forward. Header by Megan Blank. Here come the Dutch Lions. They're in their attacking half. Here's a pass up front. Felix can't get to it, and this one will be trapped between the feet of Nini Rasbit-Smith. 1-0 Texans here in our 40th minute of action in the first half. Offside against Gulf Coast. That's their third offside on the day.
Visit www.dutchlionsfc.com for more information, or sign up now at our camp table down by the main entrance.
Dutch Lions have it in their backfield, along with the left header, picked up by Happy Amadou. Alex Warren, the captain, coming out with a tremendous header, trying to give Dayton the possession again, but Gulf Coast. Now watch Abby Pearson bounce this. Now on the near hand side, here comes Felix. Her defender catches up, and Felix spins around, almost past the end line, and off. Scratch that, not off her defender. That's a goal kick for Gulf Coast. Assistant referee Courtney Hayworth originally signaled for a corner kick, but then drew it back and flew it horizontal. Here comes Dayton with it. Nice job taking it down by Abby Pearson. Dayton's defensive line trying to get back past the center line. Crane comes down, play on. She tries to take down her attacker. All right, Rojas skips it inside the 18-yard box, and Parker comes away with it. Parker playing in her 10th game, has all the decisions thus far for Dayton. Pearson behind to Brownlee. Off the chest of Nicole Waters, and picked up by Rasbit-Smith. Felix watches the ball go through her legs. Gulf Coast sets up. This will be past the touchline for a throw-in by the Dutch Lions. If you're looking for scores, stats, news, or more, check it out at uslwleague.com. Also, while you're online, check out the USLW League Facebook page, and also give them a follow on Twitter while you're at it. And here comes a nice look, and it'll bounce past Parker for the second goal on the day for Gulf Coast for Natalia Gomez Unco. 2-0 Texans, 43rd minute. See that replay there? Gets past Parker. She had a hand on it, but it rolled off the tip of the hand and back in the net. Gomez Unco now with goal number 4. That's going up for second best on top of the team. Second most on the team, let's put it that way, behind Florence Dadson. And we'll have a substitution for Dayton. Abby Pearson out of the game for Shan Jones. So Shan Jones coming in the 43rd minute of action on the bench, along with Brianna McConnell, Alex Elliott, and Ashley Brunner.
Goal for the Gulf Coast ladies, number 22, Caitlin.
Abby Pearson out of the game.
Also,
Gulf Coast up 2-0 now.
Dayton substitution, number 14, Abby Pearson, for number 10, Sean Jones.
Sean Jones coming off the bench.
10, Sean Jones in for number 14, Abby Pearson.
Crane sets up a header. This one will pop off the defender. And Crane will hit off Renee Hurd. Whistles by the referee. And the referee says that's out on Renee Hurd, not on Crane. So Dayton gets a throw in here. Crane into the 18-yard box. Misplayed header. Watches it bounce to Collada. The Texans look to move their attacking half. Not before Randy Long traps the ball. Finds Crane on that pass. Popped up in the air. Over the head of Brittany Charles. And off the defender, Nini Rasblet-Smith. Crane pops it up in the air towards her left. Headed by Gulf Coast. Nicole Waters tracks it down. She'll pop it up in the air over towards the Gulf Coast bench. It will bounce in play once. And Brownlee with a throw in. She'll head it back towards the two defenders. Alex Warren back to Brownlee. 2-0 Texans on the goals by Maria Jorge Roas and Gomez Unco. And Gulf Coast just behind their side of the pitch. The turnover. Dayton looks to get the ball back. Gulf Coast moves it their way though. And that would be offside against the Gulf Coast Texans. Their 4th offside call on the day. So we're now entering stoppage time. The first half, thrown by Gulf Coast. Jose Rojas with the goal in the 36th minute. Throw in for the Dutch Lions in front of their bench.
1 minute.
Second one by Natalia Gomez Unco. And that's why Gulf Coast leads by 2. Clean sheet being pitched by Carrie Crook. Parker out of the box, turns it right over. The Texans have a good chance there off of Warren, slowing it down. And Warren pries it away, but here comes another Texan with the ball. Looks like Daniela Cruz. Inside the 18-yard box, picked up by Jose Rojas. Brownlee right in hot pursuit. Skip and a slow roller to Parker. She'll gobble it up, and that will be the half with Gulf Coast on top 2-0.
Score, Gulf Coast Texans 2.
After 45 plus minutes. Jorge Rojas with the goal in the 36th minute. Gomez Unco in the 43rd, giving Gulf Coast a 2-goal lead here. That being said, Gulf Coast, just 45 minutes for them left to play before they get 3 points, and the Dutch Lions have another half to come back. We'll see what happens after halftime. 2-0 Gulf Coast Texans. You're watching live on the Dutch Lions Gateway.
erupt.
There's a company the Miami Valley can count on to shed light on new ways to conserve, to help empower our region, to help take the first steps into the future. Our rebates on new air conditioners and heat pumps, discounts on CFLs, and free refrigerator recycling are just a few ways you can save both money and energy. Tomorrow starts today with DP&L.
Having fun at the supermarket is one thing. Making time to do it is another. That's why Dr. Sears suggests Step 9. Add a whole food-based supplement to the family diet.
There's no substitute for just wholesome, real, whole foods. The fact is, children have erratic eating habits, and we don't live in an ideal world.
That's why Dr. Sears recommends Juice Plus to his patients.
The difference about Juice Plus is it's from 17 different fruits and vegetables, all conveniently packaged in a little capsule. Many vitamins, many minerals, and many phytonutrients, all those acting together. Even though Juice Plus comes in a capsule and could be perceived as a pill, it really belongs in the skills model because Juice Plus helps the body muster up its own internal medicine. The fruits and vegetables in Juice Plus are natural phytos, those phytonutrients we talk about, the immune boosters. Juice Plus is like an insurance policy to make sure you get the necessary or optimal level of all these immune boosters. I found out about Juice Plus through my wife. I was recovering from colon cancer. And one night after chemotherapy and radiation, I sat down at the table and my wife shows me these 4 little capsules, 2 pink and 2 green. I said, Martha, what are these? And she said, never mind, just take them. So I simply took them. But being a doctor, I said, I got to find out what's in these capsules. So I started studying about Juice Plus. And I looked at the science of Juice Plus, reputable journals showing how much healthier people are after taking Juice Plus. And then I thought, if it helps me, I want my whole family to take it. And then I started using it in our pediatric practice, and I noticed the health differences. One of the things that impressed me about Juice Plus is how well researched it is. Many companies spend a lot on advertising and not very much on basic research. Juice Plus was just the opposite. Little on advertising, a lot on research. As a doctor, that impressed me. And what really impressed me is the effects I've seen in my pediatric practice. I would take children who were sick all the time, who had terrible eating habits, and put them on Juice Plus, and then moms would come in maybe a year later and say, the reason, Dr. Bill, you haven't seen us so often is because my child is so much healthier after taking Juice Plus. Parents would say, you know, Dr. Bill, something surprisingly happened. When my child started taking Juice Plus, my child would eat more fruits and vegetables. I said, wow, that's interesting. So back to the books. Why? I was curious. Why would children willingly eat more fruits and vegetables after taking Juice Plus? And I found it's the old concept of metabolic programming. It's like you're giving the child all these fruits and vegetables, and the body says, wow, that's good for me. Give me more.
Western Ohio Graphics is a full-service commercial printing, advertising, and fulfillment company. From concept to delivery, we can provide over 800,000 in printable advertising specialty products and over 100,000 non-printed products. We can also print full-color banners, posters, and large format signage to meet your specific needs. Call Western Ohio Graphics today at 937-335-8769. Your quality printing source for tangible media.
Welcome back, soccer fans. Happy 4th of July to one and all. We're here at Dock Stadium, and we're just about to send halftime into the history books and enter our second half with the Gulf Coast Texans up 2-0 against the Dayton Dutch Lions here in the Gem City. Lee W. Mound with you here. In the first half, the Texans had 2 goal scores. The first one in minute number 36 to Maria Jose Rojas for her 3rd goal of the season. And in the 43rd minute, Natalia Gomez Unco, she put it in the back of the net for her 4th of the season. That's the 2nd highest amount of any individual player for the Texans. And that's where we stand right now. Carrie Crook with a half clean sheet, looking to sew another half into the books, whereas Ayanna Parker giving up those late goals in the first half. Both teams with a corner kick. In our first 45 minutes, we're about ready to start our second set of 45 minutes. Like we mentioned, happy 4th of July to you all. 238 years of the United States of America, one of the greatest countries in the world with freedoms like no other. While you may celebrate it, barbecue, having friends and family over, just always remember about the military, active or retired, who served to protect our freedoms. If you see a ref or see a vet, thank them today. You can thank a ref too if you want, but if you see a vet, thank them. Or someone that has served in the military or is currently serving, thank them. Gulf Coast gets the ball for our second half. They lead the Dayton Dutch Lions 2-0. And so far in 3 halves, the Texans outscore the Dutch Lions 7-0. The keys in that first half for Gulf Coast, the Dutch Lions have had a lot of chances in the beginning portion of that first half, but as time went on, Gulf Coast started to stretch their way down the field. They got a lot of good looks, and they got 2. One on a huge curve that fooled me, actually, on Maria Jose Rojas. She put it in the back of the net as Gulf Coast will take an offside here. That's their 5th of the game. They had 4 in the first half. So really, Gulf Coast pressure. That's how they led to 2 goals. Pressure leads to good things on the defensive side. Whereas the Dutch Lions, just gotta go back to what worked in the first half. Lots of takeaways, standing in front of passes, taking those away. That's the Dutch Lions in their attacking half. The Dutch Lions have used 1 sub on the game. That was in the 43rd minute after the second goal. Shan Jones came in for Abby Pearson. You put a forward out there for a midfielder. So by the roster you have out now, it's a 4-2-4. As a throw-in for Dayton. Popped up in the air. And Dayton's looking to cut the lead in half. If Gulf Coast holds on to this lead, they will leapfrog second place over the Charlotte Eagles and be 1 point down of first against the Carolina Elite Cobras. And Gulf Coast is at Charlotte tomorrow, and they'll host the Atlanta Silverbacks next Saturday. Whereas the Dayton Dutch Lions, you're out of playoff contention, so you'd like to play the role of spoiler and send these fans home with a win. Throw in for Dayton. They're in their attacking half. Megan Blank, one of a couple Dayton Flyers on the pitch, will sling it back behind her. An interesting note, one of the Orange Legion members, Brian Reese, a good buddy of mine and a co-worker at an internet station in town. He's actually one of the ball boys as Shan Jones receives a nice pass deep in the 18-yard box, aimed right at the diving Carrie Crook, and the Gulf Coast goalkeeper preserves the clean sheet thus far. So Dayton going back to pressuring the Gulf Coast defense. They're anchored by Renee Hurd. In the first half we mentioned, Hurd won a W20 championship back in 2012 with the Colorado Rapids women. Gulf Coast in the white jerseys. There's Nicole Waters. And the Dayton Dutch Lions orange jerseys. And that will be another offside as the ball skims into the net on the Texans. They now have 6 offsides on the game. Offside against the Texans, giving Dayton the ball in front of Ayanna Parker. Final game of the season for Dayton before preparing for 2015. Let's go ahead and tell you about the standings of the W League. Dayton and Gulf Coast, members of the Southeastern Conference. Carrollton is in first place, 18 points, 9 games, and a 5-1-3 record. Charlotte 4-1-3 in 8 games for 15 points. Gulf Coast playing their 8th game. They're 4-1-2. As Haley Kaler backs it up for Parker. We'll look at the field and release it towards her left. Gulf Coast in 3rd, Dayton in 4th. They are 3-6-0. One of 2 teams in the Southeastern Conference to not tie in any of their contests. Throw in for the Dutch Lions. The Atlanta Silverbacks are in 5th place. They're 1-8. They picked up their only winning decision against the Dayton Dutch Lions thus far. And that will be a throw-in for the Texans. And going back to the tie thing, excluding the Western Conference, Dayton and Atlanta, the only teams yet to tie. In the Western Conference, which was won by the Los Angeles Blues the other day, there are 4 teams, make it 5 teams with ties. Outside of that, only 2. Dayton's one of them. Gulf Coast looking for these crucial 3 points. The ball rolls around the pitch off the foot of Gemma Crane. And it's picked up by Maria Jose Rojas. She had a goal in the 36th minute. Nice takeaway. This is the kind of soccer that the Dutch Lions were playing. Shan Jones off to the races, and Crook comes diving over this ball. And the Gulf Coast defender looks to be scruffled. The referee, Shan Jones, another Texan, and the goalkeeper, Crook, over the down Texan. She is back up on her feet. But she's not walking 100% right as the trainer rushes to her left-hand side. We hope she'll be A-okay, but the trainer and another Texan will take them. Now she'll try to walk under her own power with the trainer, I should say. Hand on her right. For Gulf Coast, that's number 5, and Nini Rasbut-Smith. Still grimacing in pain, Rasbut-Smith. Making her way towards the Gulf Coast bench. Ladies and gentlemen, you can subscribe to our YouTube page at Dutch Lions Gateway for all the Dutch Lions games from Cincinnati in the USL PDL to Dayton in the USL Pro and the W League. We have it on YouTube. You can subscribe for free, watch the games live, and even watch the games at your own leisure. Dayton on the attack. Shan Jones puts the lead down in half. Shan Jones puts it home, and it's now a 2-1 Gulf Coast lead. Great pass for Shan Jones as she'll retrieve it inside the near side of the 18-yard box and puts it square in the net. It's a 2-1 Gulf Coast Texans lead. For Jones, that's her 4th goal to lead all active Dutch Lions. 4 goals in now 10 games for Jones. And in the 54th minute, the lead is now 2-1.
Number 10, Shan Jones.
53rd minute, Jones strikes. And Dayton is just a goal away from tying things up. Shan Jones came off the bench as Parker will chase this ball out of the 18-yard box. Shan Jones came off the bench in the 43rd minute for Abby Pearson. And Shan Jones has another attempt, but she is marked by 2 Texans. She'll free the ball away. And she'll look to spread the offensive love. just behind the back of Andy Felix, and that will be a throw in for the visitors. Beautiful sunshine-filled 4th of July on the United States' 238th birthday. Final game of the season for the Dutch Lions. Gulf Coast has one more road game. That's tomorrow in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then they have one more home game next Saturday. Charles keeps it. It looked like she kept it in bounds, but the near linesman said, past the touchline went the ball. That's a Gulf Coast throw-in. This is the pressure that the Dayton Dutch Lions start off the game with. The only thing we're really not seeing from the first half is cutting off the passes like they did. Now on the near hand side. And here comes Gulf Coast past the center line. I go mention one of the Orange Legion members, one of the ball boys today, as Gulf Coast will suffer offside number 7. That's their 3rd on this half, 7th on the game. Fans starting to clap, cheer on their Dutch Lions team. Nice turnout of fans on this side of the bleachers. Dutch Lions defense going to start the streak here to get that tying goal. That ball will roll off the back of Felix, Andy Felix. So had a couple good looks at the net herself. But the defense has done a nice job marking her up. Push off the back of Sylvia Nui. But it's Dutch Lions with the ball again. May Hurd cuts her way through. She'll take away the ball. Gulf Coast storming into their attacking 3rd. There's a roller to Parker. She will keep it and kicks it to Randy Long on the far hand side. Dutch Lions 3-6 in their 9 games. Spun around. The referee said that was off in Nicole Waters. And the Gulf Coast Texan player not too happy about that, but she'll come away with a big stripe off of Shan Jones. We're in our 58th minute here. This blue sky, couple puffy white cloud type of day. Free kick for Gulf Coast on the way. Fans enjoying a soccer game in West Carrollton. Gulf Coast with a free kick here. They are 4-1-2. There are 7 games they played. Header off a blank. And DeLong will free the ball away. Happy Amadou now. Guarded closely by Keller. Brownlee shoos it away and Hurd moves forward. Here's Hurd, and there's a big chance by Gulf Coast taken away. Caitlin Kulata. She wanted to put that ball in the back of the net. You see on the instant replay, Gulf Coast starting to get back to the game they play in the latter portion of the first half, pressuring Parker with a lot of bodies in the box. And Dayton's going to jog this to their attacking 3rd. Shan Jones with the lone Dayton score thus far in the game. Off the side of the foot, Shan Jones a little bit late to that bouncing ball. Cole Waters will move the ball forward before Randy DeLong picks her pockets. And Jones will be cut off by Happy Amadou. It looks like Gulf Coast will use their first substitution. They have 5 bodies they can use. Alex Arlett will be the first sub for the Texans, it looks like. She'll be a defender. She continues to stretch by the officiating table. The captain, Warren, moves it forward for the Dutch Lions. Shan Jones crosses it on the side of her foot, pulled down by Renee Hurd. And she'll hit a high 3-bouncer past the touchline, and that will be a Dayton throw-in, but not before Gulf Coast can get their first substitution of the game. And it looks like that's going to be Lisa Mann going to the bench.
In the 61st minute, Gulf Coast substitution.
The 61st minute, Alex Arlett will come in for Lisa Mann. So you're putting a defender in for one of your midfielders. Now you have 5 defenders on the pitch. For Gulf Coast, it's 5 defenders, 2 midfielders, and 3 forwards. Header off a Texan. That'll be a throw-in. As the orange jerseys look to tie the game up after starting the second half down 2-0. Shan Jones breaks away right-hand side, and Crane gets jammed, losing the ball. And Nicole Waters looks to shake off Randy DeLong. Throw in for the Texans. The ball bouncing just to the left of their cooler. An unseasonably cool 4th of July. We'll have a tangle, play on, both bodies down, Haley Keller and Happy Amandu. They are yet to get up, and the referee will blow his whistle and check on the 2 down players. And here come the trainers. They'll check on both bodies. Shan Jones with her 4th goal in minutes number 53 for the Texans. They have scored both their goals thus far in the first half, with Maria Jose Roas in the 36th minute on a big arch top shelf behind Parker. And Natalia Gomez Unco put up the second Texan goal in the 43rd. And that's why the Texans are up by 1. Happy Amadou is back up. Haley Keller is lifted up. And looks like both of these members will be okay. Scary moment for both players, as the rest of the team went back, got a drink of water, staying cool. I did mention a couple times it's an unseasonably cool day. Feels just like an autumn day or an early spring day. They're going to let all the players return back. Gulf Coast will have the kick from the spot. It looks like the Texans getting a drink and back on the field. They'll have the ball. The referee scopes it into his left hand. Your referees for today's game: Trey Gaither running around the pitch. The near linesman is Courtney Hayworth, and Kyle Most is your far linesman. Some of these names sound familiar. If you like a lot of college soccer, especially around the area, you'll see these names float around. as Gulf Coast defense will get the ball back. I was starting to mention, but I lost my train of thought. Even if it's a cool day, you still got to stay hydrated because you're running around a pitch, and let's not forget, it's artificial, meaning recycled shoes, bottles, what have you, where it can heat up a lot more. Hurd looks to snipe this in the near side of the net. It'll be a goal kick for Dayton. Goal kick for the Dutch Lions, and Blank will take this on the near hand side. Past the touchline it goes. Blank not too happy about that call. And the Texans are back in business. There was a Texan who's yet to get up. Looks like she got her leg taken out from her. That's Natalie Gomez-Unco. The 66th minute of action. The trainer's hurrying up. You gotta stay hydrated no matter what the conditions are. You could be indoors playing indoor soccer. You can be outdoors where it's 103 outside, and on the pitch it's very well close to double that, especially if it's an artificial pitch where it can warm up quicker. It could be the coldest day during the summer or the hottest day, whenever. You got to stay hydrated. Throw in for Gulf Coast on the far hand side. Hurd controlling the ball. Moves it forward. Texans in their attacking half, looking to go in their third. Hurd plays it on the bounce. And it's Alex Warren coming up with the ball for the Dutch Lions. One bouncer, two bouncers, out of the reach of Shannon Jones, and Crook comes up and pops it away, whereas Nicole Waters can control it for Gulf Coast. Dayton looks to use their second sub of the game. Alex Elliott waits by the table. Elliott listed as a midfielder. Dayton with two of those on the field, according to the starting sheet I have. The Orange Legion, the supporters group of the Dutch Lions, try and get the fans pumped up and clap with them. Nice takeaway. Crane almost got it cleanly, but it's off her foot, and that's a throw-in for Gulf Coast. But wait, here's the substitution for Dayton.
Substitution, number 25, Alex Elliott, going in for number 17, Brittany Charles.
Brittany Charles' day is done. She'll be replaced by midfielder Alex Elliott in the 68th minute. Elliott listed as number 25. Number 20 if you're looking at your USL W League roster, which is actually wleague.uslsoccer.com. I misspoke earlier. I do apologize. Near hand side. Looking for her second goal is Jose Rojas. Rojas dances her way into the 18-yard box with Brownlee in hot pursuit and Warren on the chase as well. This ball will squeak past the touchline. Throw in for Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast putting that pressure back on the boxes. Scope to near hand side of the 18-yard box. Spin around, now touched. As this will be a spinner towards Ayanna Parker. Right at the foot of Alex Arlett. And it's the Dayton goalie send this one just out of the reach of the center line. Amadou. She's shown some good ball control as well today. She'll hit this off a Dutch line and will bounce off them. And it's picked up back by Gomez Unco. She'll roll on to Parker. And it's the Dayton keeper keeping it close. Gulf Coast now with 20 more minutes plus stoppage time. There should be a couple minutes for 3 points as Parker goes back in her 6-yard box. It's Gulf Coast on the attack again. Goleta lays it behind, and Dayton picks it off. Crane cut off, and the Texans have it again. Crane this time will not be denied a second time. Here comes Gemma Crane and the Dutch Lions. Pass off a Texan, but it's reeled in by Dayton's Alex Elliott. Crook. Her clean sheet is done for today, but she still has Gulf Coast up by 1. Texan slips past the Dutch line defender now into the 18-yard box. In the arc, this one bounces through, and Jose Roas scores her second in the 71st. 3-1 Gulf Coast. Inside the arc, blast over the jumping Parker. Jose Rosas with the goal, her second on the day. And that gives her 4 on the season, tying her with Gomez Unco with the second most on their team. And Gulf Coast leads by 2 again. Dayton looks to... I was going to say they look to sub, but actually that's Crane standing by the table on the pitch. 2 goals from Jose Rojas. And the Texans lead by 2 again. 72nd minute here at the dock. Again with Gulf Coast putting pressure around the box. Very dangerous team as they complete a lot of good passes, and when they control the ball nicely, they're a real threat. Jose Rojas' second goal was inside the arc in front of Parker. The Dayton goalie did all she could to knock it down, but a good arc over the keeper's head allowed Gulf Coast to take a 3-1 advantage. Right now, Coach Kemp talking to the referee, not too happy about something, but play rolls on, and the Texans control the ball right in front of their bench. Dayton will now use the third sub of the game. They had 4 before today. And we will have Randy Long tangled up, and that will bring out a card. That's a card on Gulf Coast. That's Natalia Gomez Unco receiving some neon yellow at the 73rd.
To Gulf Coast number 21, Natalia Gomez Unco.
Gomez Unco with the first Texans yellow card. And it looks like Dayton might put in Brianna McConnell for the Dutch Lions.
In the 73rd minute, Dayton substitution.
And that will be the end of Gemma Crane's day.
Gemma Crane.
McConnell in minute number 74 now. The Dutch Lions trail by 2. So both teams with a yellow. Gomez Unco with the second goal of the day for Gulf Coast. With the Texans only 1. Dayton's was Megan Blank back in the 32nd minute. Gulf Coast looking to strike again. On the road, the Dutch Lions conceded 5 goals against this Gulf Coast squad. This one will skip off. Looked like it hit off the foot of a Dutch Lion defender, and it sure did. Sylvia Nui tried to knock it down and make it hers, but it goes past the line off of her, and that will be just our 3rd corner kick of the day the second one for Gulf Coast in the first of this half. Nicole Waters will take this. She'll spin it high in the air. Off the chest of Renee Hurd. And Dayton looks to move it forward. Elliott, playing her 7th game, finds Sean Jones. The ball poked away, and Elliott on the cleaning duty sweeps it. Gulf Coast had it away. Here comes Sean Jones. Up front, Megan Blake has to race against her teammate at UD. They'll begin together again in the fall. Waters will chase the spinning ball. Gulf Coast looks to escort away from the Dutch Lions. For Dayton, they have one sub left in Ashley Bruner. And for Gulf Coast, they still have 4 fresh bodies to use. Deflection, Elliott pops it up in the air. And stripping it away, Sean Jones off her right foot, trying to knock it away. Elliott can't get there in time. And it's spun around by Gomez Unco. And Parker will have the ball in front. After this game, if you're going to celebrate 4th of July, do it safely. Have fun, and also remember all the rights and privileges we have, protected by the United States military. Always remember about the military, protecting our rights. As this ball will be kept away from the Dutch line, rolls past the end line. Needy Rasmuth-Smith cuts off the Dutch line, and Crook will have herself a goal kick. Gulf Coast in their attacking half now. Janesha Pickersgill looks to be the second sub for the Texans. Led up front, pass cut off by the foot of Dayton Sylvia Newey. Here comes the Texans back in the 18-yard box. And that'll be a goal kick for the Dutch Lions. Here's your substitution. Pickersgill in. She's listed as a forward. And looks like she's taking the place of Happy Amadou. Amadou's day is done here at Dock Stadium. And Ganesha Pickersgill will just get her day started as she walks onto the pitch. The goalie, Ayanna Parker, she'll have a goal kick.
Make sure to follow at USLW League on
Off the back of the head of Randy DeLong. Shan Jones takes it away. Keller grinds it away. And she'll have Jones behind her. Play on, says the ref. Blank. It's poked away by the foot of Daniela Cruz, resulting in a throw-in for Dayton. And they'll use their last sub of the day. Ashley Bruner comes in our 79th minute. And she'll take the place of Andy Felix. Felix had the most ovations from the fans today. Felix will rest on the bench. Her day has just ended here on the pitch. Meanwhile, on the throw-in, Sean Jones controls it past Keller, and Jones will reroute it behind her. Now for McConnell. All 4 subs used by Dayton. Gulf Coast still with 3. The Texans have put a lot of defensive pressure on the offensive side, which resulted in some good takeaways for the Texans. "238 years of the United States of America" on this July 4th. Definitely a summer tradition, as Gulf Coast will be ruled offside for the 8th time today. 4 in the first half, now 4 in the second half. And that gives Dayton the ball again. Halfway through our 80th minute of action. For Dayton, if they cannot come back and complete a 2-goal deficit filler, they'll finish the season 3-7 if they can. They can only get 2, and Gulf Coast does not score throughout the game. They'll get a point, and their first tie of the season, I should add. If Gulf Coast holds on, they'll improve to 5-1-2. They'll pick up 3 necessary points, as we'll have a whistle from Trey Gaither, resulting in a free kick for the Dayton Dutch Lions. It looks like it will be Randy DeLong giving way to Haley Keller. A wall of 3 Texans make their way to the 18-yard box. The referee measures off the appropriate yardage from the ball, and Keller will snipe this through the goalpost, and that's a goal kick for Gulf Coast. Good look by Keller there. Has got it up higher than the net. Texans up 3-1. Second time they've had a 2-goal advantage. Looking to build on this, but Parker swings and holds on to the ball. Comes over with a nice slide, protecting the baggage for Dayton. And here comes Shan Jones and the Dayton Dutch Lions. Jones makes her way to the near side of the pitch. Newey. Back to Keller. And Michelle Brownlee. Gets it back behind for the defensive line. Don't have a score for the Brazil versus Colombia game in the World Cup. I do know that Germany knocked off France today. Their 4th trip to the semifinals. And that's the first team in World Cup play history that have ever done that. Of course, the United States, a tough loss to a good Belgian team, as Gulf Coast, a chance swatted away, but they'll have a corner kick. That was Pickersgill controlling the ball between her feet, and Sylvia Newey down on the ground. She might be cramping up. She's stretching her left leg. She's back up A-OK. Nicole Waters takes this corner kick for the Gulf Coast Texans. That's their 3rd on the day, 2nd of this half. Waters with the right boot off the side of the goalpost. It's even shaking after Nicole Waters hits it off the side. That's a goal kick for Dayton. Off of Elliott. DeLong can't hold on to it. She's being entrapped by the Texans' Alex Arlett, who subbed in back in the 61st. Bouncer off the knee of a Dutch line. There's a crosser right at Parker. She'll reel it in. That attempt by Caitlin Kulata. Kulata with a nice angled look, finding Parker's gloves. And here come the Dayton Dutch Lions now. It's a 3-on-4. That was Shan Jones controlling it, trying to hit up Ashley Bruner. Dutch Lions still having their attacking half, however. And Nicole Waters comes up with a nice defensive takeaway. I mentioned Gulf Coast has played some tremendous defense after going out on top by 2 again. In the 71st minute by Maria Jose Roas. Off the foot of Nui. And it's back for the visiting Texans in the white. Something interesting about Gulf Coast's jerseys. I think you can see off the cameras, but all of the jerseys have the last name of Texans, symbolizing the team name. And this team based in Florida, not in Texas like you might think. I believe they partnered up with the formerly known club as Pensacola Football Club as the off-pitch official. Gets beamed with a reflection. Dayton will take a throw in. I tell you, that guy's shaking it off. And into our 86th minute, yet to hear how much stoppage time will be added to this second half. Gulf Coast looking to leapfrog the Charlotte Eagles for second place in the USLW League Southeastern Division. They're the newcomers in this league, the 5th team. There's a blast through the goalpost and on its way to the pole vaults. Goal kick Dayton. That blast, by the way, Natalia Gomez Unco. As you see, nice arc on that. Again, just a little bit high. That would have been tough to defend for any goalkeeper. For Dayton, this is the last game of the season. Gulf Coast with 2 more. 2 more games. They're at Charlotte tomorrow. Nice 8-hour trek to North Carolina, central North Carolina, for next week, hosting the Atlanta Silverbacks. So 9 points on the table. That could turn the tides. Right now, the Elite Cobras are on top by 4 points. Could be down to 1 point as Hurt looks to add to this lead, but it'll roll past the end line. And that's a corner kick for Gulf Coast. They're 4th on the day. Instead of Nicole Waters, this corner kick will be taken by Natalia Gomez Unco. And the Texans will use their 3rd sub with Ann Baumhauer coming in the 88th.
Number 23.
She'll take the place of Caitlin Kulata. So Kulata will have a seat on the bench of David Kemp. Far side corner kick. Only seen 2 of those far side corner kicks. Right foot blaster, header by Keller. And Parker thinks about chasing it down, but it's Gulf Coast spreading back to the near hand side. Here's Pickersgill. She pushes her defender away. Loose ball with 2 Texans and 2 Dutch Lions. It's heading back to the fence surrounding the property, and that's a throw in for Gulf Coast. Time running out, header blasted away. And Nicole Waters gives this a good boot. This one heading back towards the pole vault area. Lots of territory for the ball boy out there to cover. But they'll track it down, no problem. There's an instant replay. Sent by Papa John's. And don't forget, fans, if you'd like to keep up with more USL W League action, there's the Facebook page, there's the Twitter, and there's also wleague.uslsoccer.com. So we look at the top teams in all the divisions real quick. In the Central Division, mostly of Canadian teams, the Ottawa Fury Football Club, they have 25 points in 9 games. 8-0-1 are the Fury. In the Northeastern Conference, the Washington Spirit Reserves have 29 points in 11 games played. In the Southeastern Conference, right now it's Carolina, but Gulf Coast could be 1 point down to first place if they hold on for this 2-goal lead. And in the Western Conference, it's the LA Blues. They clinched that conference, I believe it was last night, 30 points, 10 games, a clean 10-0 record for the Blues. Free kick for the Texans. And behind them is the Colorado Pride, with 22 points, 10 games. They're 7-2-1, and their 10 games they played. Just entering in stoppage time. Free kick by Waters into the crowd. 3 minutes left. If the Dutch Lions would like to take 2 points away from Gulf Coast, or possibly 3, the action's got to start here. Ray DeLong, trip down. Does a nice job getting back on her feet quickly, maintaining possession. Up front, Brianna McConnell. That pass taken away by the Texans. Jess Oram. Back over for Carrie Crook. Before today, Crook played a total of 9 minutes in 1 game. She's looking for her first decision, and it will be a win if she can hold on. Crook will soft bounce it up. Texans looking to burn these 3 minutes as quickly as they can, head on the bus, and head towards North Carolina for tomorrow's game. The Dutch Lions are out of the playoff contention. And tomorrow's game for Gulf Coast, they'll be at Charlotte at 5:30 Eastern Time at the Queen's Sports Complex. Free kick for Dayton here. That's a sub for the Texans. That'll be Danielle Henley, listed as a midfielder coming in. And it looks like Maria Jose Rojas will go out. 2 goals in the 36th and 71st minute.
Gulf Coast substitution, number 26,
Danielle Henley into the game.
Jose Rojas.
According to the stats here on the USLW League site, this will be Henley's first action of the season. Warren up front. Don't know if we already mentioned this, but the Dayton Dutch Lions, they have been without Rose Lavelle for a couple games now. She's in the United States W20 team. She was named one of the 21 by head coach Michelle French. And they will take on Germany in 4 Canadian locations. It's being held in 4 Canadian locations, I should mention. There is a goal kick for... Nope, scratch that. There's 2 balls on the pitch. I thought that was going to bounce past the goal line myself, but that's a throw-in. I'm sorry about that, folks, as Megan Blank will toss the ball for a throw-in. Header for Randy DeLong. She'll tangle up, trying to get the ball back. Very close to the referee, blowing his whistle for the final time at the dock in W League action. Megan Blank, a good free away. She'll cross it towards her right, off a Texan's foot. This one will bounce to the near hand side. And the referee says that's full time. It is a 3-1 Gulf Coast Texan win here in West Carrollton today. The Dayton Dutch Lions will finish the season 3-7, whereas Gulf Coast improves to 5-1-2, picking up 3 points and going 17 points in 8 games, 5-1-2 on the season, leaping over the Charlotte Eagles for second place in the Southeastern Conference. And those two teams will play tomorrow. For the Dutch Lions, they finished their 10 games, 3 wins, 7 losses on the season. Under Gavin McLeod, his first year as a head coach of the women. Rough first game for the Dutch Lions, falling 4-0 to Carolina Elite Cobras. Parker playing one half and allowing just 1 goal in the 45th minute, actually. And then Dayton will drop a 1-goal decision to Charlotte before picking up their first win of the season on Memorial Day against the same Charlotte Eagles. And then Dayton would take care of the Atlanta Silverbacks 6-2 with 4 goals from Rose Lavelle on that contest. And then Dayton would go on a 5-game road trip, dropping the first game at Atlanta 4-0, the Silverbacks' only win thus far. They would drop a 5-0 decision at Ashton Bronsnaham Stadium at Gulf Coast. They drop a 5-2 decision at Charlotte before picking up a win at Atlanta 2-0 and dropping a very close game at Carolina. The Elite Cobras came on top 2-1 at the Mesa Soccer Complex, and the Dayton Dutch Lions fall 3-1 here at Dock Stadium to wrap up the 2014 USLW League season. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast here on YouTube, Dutch Lions Gateway. If you crave more Dutch Lions soccer here, you can subscribe to us for free on the YouTube page, Dutch Lions Gateway. For Cincinnati Dutch Lions and Dayton Dutch Lions USL Pro, and also next year's USLW League action. And we do have one update for you in the World Cup before we say goodbye for the final time this season. Brazil beats Colombia 2-1, and they'll face Germany in the semifinals. With that being said, thanks for listening all season, folks. My name's Lee W. Mountain. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Happy 4th of July. Celebrate safe. And always remember the military. And thanks for watching.